that we have already covered what is a crop. Now in today's class we are going to understand and we are going to discuss about what are the various agricultural practices, what are the several steps that a farmer has to undertake while growing any crop. Alright, so let us try to understand this with one simple discussion that we will have before we go into the agricultural practices. So children, we all need food, but not every one of us is growing the crops, right? You all are eating continuously. I am also eating daily throughout the year, but not all of us is a farmer. Alright, so who is taking this responsibility to provide us food all throughout the year? Of course, these are farmers. Alright, but since we all need food and the farmers are also growing it, but how it is possible to provide food all throughout the year to such a country like India? Right, so there are basically three steps by regular production. Any crop has to be produced on a regular basis. Its proper management has to be there. Once a crop is grown, it should be managed in such a way that it should not get damaged. Right, it should not get damaged by animals. It should be provided to each and every person. And of course, the proper distribution is also very important so that each and every person of India gets the food to eat. Alright, so children, now today we are going to discuss that what it takes a farmer to grow any crop. What are the various hard works involved? What are the various steps that a farmer undertakes to grow any particular crop? So now children, these steps are somewhat similar to the steps that your father may take while growing any small plant. Yes, you must have seen your father or mother or somebody at your home growing small crops or small plant at your home garden. So he also undertakes few steps, few tasks. Alright, so these tasks, these steps are called as agricultural practices. Alright, so today we are going to discuss about agricultural practices. So what are the various agricultural practices? Let us see here. So the first agricultural practices here is preparation of soil. Okay, in the next slide you will see the various agricultural practices. In the next slide you will see various agricultural practices. The number one is preparation of soil. Then sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, then protection from weeds, protection from unwanted plants or animals like rats, harvesting and then storage. We are going to discuss all these steps one by one. Let us take first step, preparation of soil in today's class. So now children, preparation of soil is very important step which is undertaken by any farmer to grow any crop, right? You also prepare for your exams, you also give exams, but to give the exam you also need to undertake several steps, right? You do hard work, you practice hard, you learn, you revise everything. So you also prepare yourself before giving the exams, right? So that you can give best results. Similarly, farmers also prepare the soil. Alright, they also prepare the soil so that it can be ready for growing any crop. So now, this preparation of soil is done by loosening the soil, by tilling it. Now what is loosening? Loosening means you must have seen that soil, before the soil is there, there is a small land. Okay, that small land has to be loosened and the soil has to be tossed and turned, right? So that the roots of any particular plant can go deep inside the soil, alright, and the soil, the roots can breathe properly, alright. It is very important for us to breathe. Similarly, plants also need to breathe. Okay, so that is done by tossing and turning and loosening of the soil. This helps the roots to penetrate deep inside that. It also ensures children that other bacteria, other animals, they are growing properly in the soil, right? They are all the organisms like earthworm, they are there. You know that these earthworms are called as the friends of the farmers. Why? Because they again help in tossing and turning of the soil more. They when they excrete, they provide many good bacteria in the soil, and these bacteria provide humus to the soil and it makes the soil fertile. So to ensure the growth of these earthworms, this soil needs to be breathing. Alright, this is the soil. When it is not loosened, when it is not tossed and turned, the air will not be able to go inside the soil, and these earthworms which are there, which are called as the friends of farmers, they won't be able to grow, and once the earthworms won't grow, the soil will be no more fertile. So it is very important to loosen and toss the soil. Also, this also helps that the the nutrients of the plants, the nutrients which are the nutrients which are very important for the plants, they are replenished. So for example, plants and animals, when they die, when they decay, so they release some good nutrients into the soil like nitrogen. Alright, and you must have studied that in your previous classes, that how important this nitrogen and other nutrients are for the growth of the plants, right? So this tossing and turning helps in bringing back those nutrients at the top layer of the soil, since only few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports growth. So it is very important to bring those nutrients at the top level so that the plants can take it, right? So that is the reason why tossing and turning and loosening the soil is very important and is very necessary to make the soil nutrients, to maintain the nutrients of the soil and to ensure the growth of other bacteria and earthworms in the soil, so that the plants can get all the nutrients and the roots can go deep inside and they can breathe. Right. Now children, this process of turning and loosening of soil is called as tilling. Okay, as you will see here on the screen also, what is tilling? What is tilling? Tilling is the, as you will see in the next slide, so tilling and plowing, what is that? The process of loosening and turning of soil is called as tilling. So what it allows the roots to penetrate into the soil, it allows the it allows the roots to absorb all the nutrients, it ensures the growth of earthworms and other bacteria. So this is what we call tilling and plowing. Now children, sometimes it happens so that the land or the soil is very dry. Alright, so it is not possible, it is very difficult to do the plowing, or it is very difficult for the farmers to till it. Okay, so in that time, in those situations, the farmers give water to the soil. They first give water to the soil and then they do the tilling. Sometimes farmers also add manure and fertilizers in the soil and then they do plowing or tilling, so that all the manures can be uniformly mixed with the soil, making it more nutritious. Alright, so this is what we call tilling and plowing. It is very important process of very important for preparing the soil so that it can give good yields, so that the crops can grow very properly. Right. So now children, you must know that what are the various tools that the farmer use for doing all this. Now you know that this is very important, so farmers cannot do it with their hands, right? So they also need some tools to do that. Alright, so what are these tools? There are few tools that we will study one by one here. So the first tool, as you can see here on the screen, is called plow. Now in the next slide you will understand it more properly. See, it looks like this. It has this narrow beam which is made up of wood and which is kept on the neck of the bull. Okay, so in this the farmer use any pair of animal. It can be a cow or a bull or horses also sometimes. So this narrow rod is being kept at the neck of the bull or a cow or any other animal, and it is being attached with a narrow rod which is being operated by a farmer. So what they do is, once the animals start moving, the sharp edge of this, it drags the soil and it somehow helps the soil to toss it, to turn and to loosen it. So this is how the farmer do it, and this practice was very common in ancient time. Okay, even nowadays also in many villages farmers are also using this same method for plowing and for tilling. Okay, now the another tool for plowing and tilling is what we call cultivator. It has this rod like thing and which is being attached with a finger like of rod which is made up of iron, and it has a sharp edge. The farmer can use it by dragging the soil, and it helps in the loosening and turning of the soil. And nowadays this cultivator is being operated by tractors due to modern technology and advancement in agricultural practices. So tractors are being used nowadays to operate this cultivator. Now the another tool which I am going to show in the next slide is very common to you. This is known as hoe. You must have seen this at your home also. It has a long rod which is made up of wood and which is being attached with a iron plate which is very strong and which works as a blade. Okay, it is very sharp at the end. You don't use it when no adult is there nearby you, so don't you operate it. So it has this narrow plate which is very sharp, and farmers use it for plowing it. So now children, these were the various tools that the farmer used for tilling and plowing, and this process is very important for preparing the soil. So I hope this is clear to you by now, children. I